All right, without any more further ado, I'd like to bring out Jeffrey Daniel Phillips and Richard Brake. Any questions if you have, we've got a microphone set up over here. And I don't know where the phone is. Okay. Does anybody have a question on that? All right.
So the ending of the movie is a bit ambiguous when you're following the protagonists. How do you imagine it ended after the film?
Well, I did get killed, so isn't that the end of the movie? Oh, did somebody what?
I was walking around for like 45 minutes, I'm not in it. Everybody asked me that question, what happens? In fact, one person asked me that question 3 different ways in one of these. I'll never say. Whatever happens is in the mind of only one man, Rob Zombie. So hopefully one day we'll find out. But I love it. Actually, I think my favorite part of the whole film is the ending. Simply because he leaves it with, I mean, honestly, anything could happen at that point. Anything could happen. I mean, you assume that I'm going to kill her, but I think that could be quite a twist. So hopefully we'll find out one day if Rob decides to do it. But he has about 40,000 different things going on in his incredibly creative mind, so we shall see what's up there.
Good afternoon, guys. This is from Mr. Rick. When you were getting ready for your scene for Doomhead, when they called you in to kill all the people that was left over, the scene where you're putting the makeup on, I mean, that was an intense scene right there. So, what's your mindset when you did that? It's just like, just be as crazy as possible, because in the whole scene you're screaming, I'm in control, I'm not crazy, I'm in control, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, that, I was thinking you were thinking of the scene where I'm shagging Ginger. That's the scene where you called me. I'll tell you my mindset on that one. That was actually, I think, the first day for me of filming was that scene, if I remember correctly. And actually my mindset that day was, oh shit, hope I don't fuck up. Because, you know, Rob had offered me that part, and when I read the script, I was like, oh my God, that's probably the greatest part I've ever been offered. And was incredibly honored and humbled that Rob had thought that I could do it. And it actually, as those of you who've seen the DVD extras and that whatnot, I'm glad I didn't notice at the time, but Rob had fought really hard for me for that part, because the producers and the money people were like, who the fuck is this guy? And Rob was like, you can do it. And it was really, a lot of my mindset, honestly, throughout the filming was really to not let Rob down, and to not let the film down, and to not let his amazing audience down who love his films, and to really put in the best performance that I could as an actor. And on that particular scene, you know, I forget how it's scripted, but a lot of that we came up with as we were doing it. The beating up of my face. I mean, it was, you know, vaguely that was going to happen. But, you know, with Rob, when you work with him, a lot of it happens in the moment. What's so great about, and I really discovered this during 31, was that I kind of would go into every scene, read the scene, you know, work on it in my head and whatnot, and think it was going to be a certain way. And then when we finished filming, because he's so creative at the moment, comes up with so much stuff, and allows you to come up with stuff, that you come out of each scene at the end of the day filming and think, fuck, that scene was better than the way I could have ever imagined doing it. You know, and that happened day after day after day. And with that scene, the same thing happened. I remember coming out thinking, fuck, man, that scene is gonna be cool as shit.
There's
Because you
definitely
came up with
iconic.
all these ideas, like the punching, he's like, why don't we shoot it from behind, and, you know, you can be doing this. And then when he's like, just, you know, I go, I'm not crazy, I'm in control. I think that's just like once in the script, but I just start repeating it as a fucking mantra. And then I'm going, fuck, and there's spit fucking flying out shit. When in doubt, as an actor, just spit, because it looks fucking good. I don't want anybody to inspire actors, just fucking spit. And yeah, so that was that. That was then after that first day, actually, I thought, fuck, I think I'm onto something with this thing. It was cool.
Well, you nailed that character hands down. I mean, that was like one of the most defining moments of that movie was your character, the preparation, coming in, just the monologue with how you were talking to the victims. It's like, you don't remember that part of the movie, and it's like, wow, you really don't see anything else. Because, I mean, you really just kept it going the whole movie was awesome. Your part was awesome. You went out like a champ. I'm sorry, but you went out like a champ. I mean, you just kept on like, no, I'm not dying like a bitch, so.
By the way, that's my agent. He has to wear a mask. I make him wear a mask out. It's just so it doesn't get embarrassing. My agent's my brother, too.
I do have one more question, though. Do you laugh every time you see that music video, Nights in Sedona? With the music video?
Do I laugh?
Yeah.
Nah, we just cried. No, it was a lot of fun to shoot. We shot that in 24 hours in Romania.
Really?
Yeah, we literally didn't sleep and just shot the whole thing and then got back on the plane. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's cool. Thank you, sir. Thank you, John.
Does anybody else have a question? All right. I think I'll just crickets. How early were you guys brought into the process?
Yeah, sorry. I
Beth
thought
has
we
a
like had to
question.
line up or something.
We'll just keep that.
Okay.
That's Beth, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, now I have a couple of questions. First of all, Richard, I was talking to you yesterday about how I was like really freaked out to meet you after seeing 31, and you're completely the opposite of your character in the movie, which, you know, that's an awesome actor right there to make me believe you're that insane. I'm wondering, how do you turn, when you're acting a role like that, how do you turn that switch on and off? Do you method act, or I mean, how do you get ready for something like that?
He's actually acting like a nice guy.
He's acting like a nice guy. You know what, I understand,
He's
yeah, I
more like
believe
the
that.
other guy.
You have another question?
That's what my priest said. How do I? I don't know. There's some part of me that is finds it. I don't know. There was a point when I was working many years ago where I just realized that I had no fear to go to this place of like complete fucking darkness, and I just. And ever since then, I could just find that very easily. And then weirdly, in a weird way, by being able to find this kind of weird place that allows me to be quite normal in real life. Thank God. And my kids are probably like, shit, thank God for that. Yeah, because they just go off and I get to go rape, kill, murder, eat children, fucking got everything. And then come back and just, you know,
But he's eaten already, so you kids don't feel worried.
I didn't realize that. A mixed age audience, sorry.
So, Jeff, my question's for you. You're actually kind of an anomaly in Rob Zombie movies, because in 2 films you've actually been like a lead that's not like a terrible human being. Is that something new that Rob Zombie, that you guys discussed in approaching the role, or?
No, every time I say I'm in a Rob Zombie movie, they're like, who do you kill, or who do you? And I go, no, I'm actually the good guy.
Sometimes even the victims are just like,
Yeah.
just like the worst human beings in the world. So.
And he's even made a joke about it, like, no, Jeff, you're my Cary Grant, you're my Steve McQueen. So far it's been like that. Yeah, there's 3 films I tend to be kind of root for me, I hope. I don't know.
Any other questions? Oh.
All right, hey, Becky. I was fashionably late to the Q&A, so I may have missed this. I don't know if we discussed this or not, but I was just wondering.
We've been here for an hour.
Yeah, it started at 11. Each one of you, I was always curious about how did you meet Rob Zombie and start, like becoming parts of his movies? How did that all happen? How did you meet up with him and how did you start acting with him?
Then what is it? Audition for Halloween 2. And just got a call. With Rob, you just go on tape to the casting director, and it went well. And then they called and said, Rob wants you to be in this film, Halloween 2. And then I was like, oh, okay. Rob Zombie, this crazy, mad rock star, makes these horror films. So fuck, he's gonna be insane. And then I get to the set in Georgia, and I'm chatting away, and I'm sitting there chatting with him about vegan cheese. And I'm thinking, he's this incredibly sweet, lovely, nice guy. And I'm sitting there, what the fuck? This is Rob Zombie? He's the coolest, chilled out guy on earth, and talking about vegan cheese with him. So that was how I first met him, did Halloween 2.
Yeah, it's funny, in the audition, they usually just tape, you don't meet him until you're on set. And my first night I met him, it was when Michael Myers stomped my head in Halloween 2. It was at nighttime. Hi, I'm Rob. Hi, are you going to stand over there? And he's going to come here, and then he's going to crush your head. Okay, great. Thanks.
Which, by the way, was an awesome kill. Seriously.
Yeah, and that's another thing with him. Like Richard was saying, if he sees things are going well, and I always try to come in with a bunch of ideas, and I say that. Once we got his lines, we did that. I go, hey, can I try some other stuff? Yeah, go for it. So we just kept doing takes of me just riffing on, basically badgering and going after Michael, and he kept a lot of it in there, so it was fun. And then from then on, it's like once he sees something that he likes in you, or he trusts you, or he sees that you come in as serious and prepared as he does, not as prepared, but you show up and he likes it, he keeps bringing you back because he knows he can trust you. He's so passionate. He sees people that are similar with same work ethic and same humor too. Helps, but anyway, he's a big supporter of collaborative.
Hello. Are there any upcoming projects we can look forward to seeing you guys in?
Yeah, quite a few different things. In the horror world, a film called The Dare and a film called Perfect Skin coming out next year, I think. And then a bunch of stuff, even a comedy.
I did a couple of indies, horror things called The Psychopaths. It was at Tribeca. And I'm just a narrator in it, but that was a cool one. And there's another one called Ice Cream Truck, Ice Cream something, Ice Cream Truck. And then and there's a TV show called Claws on TNT, and that'll be tomorrow night. I start showing up on that. That was fun. And then next Saturday, I think Saturday or Sunday, I'm shooting with Rob. He's directing a pilot. I have no idea what it is. He just said, "Are you free next weekend?" I said, "Okay." I'm not sure what it is at all.
This is for Jeff. Is Sex Head really your type of gal?
Who? Sex Head?
Yeah, E.G.'s great. She's a lot of fun. She was supposed to kill me. Actually, first Lou was supposed to kill me with the chainsaw. And then that morning, Rob said, you're going to live through this. Because he kept changing it, the lines and giving me stuff in the morning. Oh, great, I made this. And then she was going to kill me then. And then he decided not to, continue. So she always complains when we're with us that she gets into it. She's definitely all for it. But when you have this knife coming at your eyes and your face and stuff, I had to kind of hold. If you see, I'm holding her hands the whole time, and I just worked her like a puppet the whole time. And by the end of it, her arms were so tired. It's so sore, but it was effective, I think. But she's a sweetheart, really great to work with, really fun.
My question is for Richard. I know you cannot give away details, and I'm not asking you to, but how confident are you that your character is going to win the Game of Thrones?
Gonna win? I can't say anything. Your guess is as good as mine.
So that's a yes?
Hard time getting that one.
Funny enough, TNT Claus is up against Game of Thrones on Sunday night.
Yeah, what drew you two to the entertainment? When did you know you wanted to be an actor and a part of the entertainment business? You know, was it always a passion, or is it something you stumbled upon?
What? How did I decide to become one? Yeah, when I was like 17 or 18, I was at school, high school, whatever, and just sitting outside, and they were auditioning for the school play, and some really pretty girl came out and said there was no guys auditioning, you could come in. And so I just went in to follow her, and then got a part because there was nobody else auditioning, so that was pretty easy. And that was it. I just thought, fuck, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. And I've been really lucky I've been able to do that.
It was an all-girls play, by the way.
I love wearing dress.
And I kind of fell into it. I went to a film school, and I was just amazed that at the time you trained to be a director, but you were supposed to direct actors, and they didn't have the directors take any acting classes, which I thought was really ridiculous to be able to. If you're at school, I mean, you can learn how to direct actors. There's other ways, but in school, you'd think you'd get some training as an actor just so to be able to communicate. So then I went on my own and I started studying, and it just kind of took over. And sometimes you go back and forth.
You guys maybe answered this question earlier. I know everybody here is focusing on how Rob Zombie acted and dealing with him, but my question is, Malcolm McDowell, what was it like working with him? I mean, he's in Clockwork Orange and so many other great movies and things he's done. What was it like for you guys to work with him?
I never actually worked with Malcolm. Because in Halloween I did it, and then I never had any scenes with him.
Yeah, I had a great scene interaction. I was gagged and chained, and he was yelling at me. So that was my experience. It was perfect. I think he liked that, actually. Control the situation. But no, he's actually he's a great guy, and you know, we come to these things with him, and he's just a real warm guy, and he shares all these stories. He's a real gem, I think. And I wish he was here right now because he'd tell a great story. Since you guys are stuck with us.
What's your favorite movie by Rob Zombie?
By Rob Zombie? 31.
The next one I'm in. That's my
Do we have a question?
brother again over there at the mask.
Thank you. This was for Richard. And Halloween 2 in the ambulance scene, did Rob just tell you to react automatically before the crash? Because it just seemed like you guys were talking with your co-star who was driving, all of a sudden just go, ah! And That was it. It's like you just did it so quickly. Like, did he just tell you just do it randomly, or?
Yeah, I can't remember how we ended up doing that. No, it's just in the script. You know, we see the cow, and it's like, cow. And, yeah, my catchphrase, cow. I remember about that actually. We sort of different thing than that. The story, Halloween 2 story. We shot that in some cold night in Atlanta, and then Rob wasn't that happy with the cow. It was some prosthetic cow and looked like shit. And you know, they obviously need to get the shot done, so we shot the whole thing. Went well. Whole thing with me, Dick, Callie, all that kind of there was a lot of happening, and it was a great night. I left. I flew back to London. I was really pleased. That was great work. Loved Rob. Amazing experience. And then I was on vacation with my kids. Like the next day, we were at the beach. I got a phone call. You have to fly back to Atlanta now, because I guess the film had been put through the X-ray machine by accident. We're always happy because he had to reshoot it with a better cow. So I flew back, I had to rush back to the airport, fly back, and then we reshot everything, all of the scenes, and I'm much more happy to Rob with the fake cow at that time. So yeah, there you go.
Hey, do you have any advice for upcoming actors and or anybody going into the entertainment business, anything like that, or?
I would say, obviously, get involved in, it depends what kind of actor, if you want to be stage or you want to be TV, film, but I would definitely find out the area, how close, they shoot all the time now, in obviously Atlanta, New Orleans, and I think even Mississippi, but find out what's going on there. But I always tell young filmmakers, actors, the technology's so good now that you could be making your own films. You could get your friends together. I mean, the great thing about going to a film school is just so you have a crew together and you have equipment. But now you can get your own equipment as long as you have enough friends. You could just start doing it on your own, start a YouTube channel, do whatever you want to do, start with shorts, build up. And once someone gets confidence in it, and people get confidence in you to put up some money, especially if you're shooting in some small community, it's so amazing how everybody wants to help you. I mean, I've shot some indies in small towns, and the sheriff will turn off the lights on for you, or he'll block a street. People help you, give you food for your crew. It's just a real collaborative effort. And you can find it out here, definitely, and the technology is so good. So, I would just start doing it on your own. Personally, that's me.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. My advice to anyone that ever asks me, any young actor, any old actor, any actor, anybody starting out, is very random, but it's actually to meditate. Believe it or not. Acting is like, it's all about what's going on. And the experience of being in the profession can be very, very trippy, very up, very down. I can't tell you how important it is to meditate. And it's really, the reasons why, or I could sit here for 2 hours and tell you, so I won't bore you, I'll just say do it. Honestly, it'll help. It's a random answer, but I tell you it's the answer.
Does anybody have a question? Okay, then I'm going to ask one on my own. What was in movie 31 specifically for each of you, what was your favorite scene to shoot, and what is your favorite scene to watch? Two different perspectives.
My favorite scene to shoot was pretty much anything I did with Sherry Lynn. I love working with her. She's amazing and so underrated. A lot of people just don't realize how great working with her. And the whole last section, I really enjoyed that bit. And I enjoy watching it, I really did. And obviously the opening monologue, just because it was such a well-written piece. I didn't change a word of that. With Rob, you can often, like Jeff said, bring all kinds of stuff to it. And on that monologue, I literally didn't change one word. It was so well written. But yeah.
I was going to say, same thing with Sherry Moon, loved working with her. Lords of Salem, obviously we had a lot more time to work together, and that whole relationship evolved as we were shooting. And but in this particular movie, the EG scene was fun to shoot. I think we did 2 takes. That was it. And they just had a couple cameras going, but it was written after the fact. We did a rehearsal, or we talked about it, we read it, and we just added that scene. And to me, it helped me. It centered me feeling like I had caused a lot of this whole thing because I was just trying to show off to her. And for me, it kind of grounded me. The rest of the movie, I was guilt-ridden. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like it took everybody down, and it helped. And then in watching, the first time I saw it, I had no idea what he did the first 5 minutes of the film. So that was like a real great shock and a surprise, and I was really impressed just watching him do that monologue in the first 5 minutes, because I had no idea that the whole film was going to be set us trying to catch up to that moment, to that level of acting even. I was really impressed by it. And so we were all just kind of blown away the first time I saw that. So that was my most fun watching.
Is there an actor in your guys' lives that has influenced you any? Someone that you've looked at and you're like, he's kind of got influence on my, the way I look at acting, and pretty much that way.
There's so many character actors I really like. I mean, I can't think of them all right now, but we were just talking the other day about Warren Oates, Harry Dean Stanton, Ian Emmett Walsh, like a bunch of older 70s type guys that for me kind of inspired me, type of characters I would play maybe. There's a guy named, not Jim Carrey, but Tim Carrey. I don't know if you know him. Great actor, great like energy. I just like these offbeat guys, and I like movies that kind of weave those people through. They don't necessarily have to be the leads, but yeah, I guess maybe it's just a selfish move. I'd love to play that part kind of thing. Right? But there's so many of those kind of guys. A lot of times those type of guys don't get in the foreground in Rob Zombie movies. They do though. That's one of the things. Rob enjoys those type of people too. That's what we're here.
Yeah, I love all the old character guys, all the people you mentioned. Bruce Dern as well. And and then it's great when you see them do a larger role. Like I was thinking of Harry Dean Stanton in Paris, Texas. Suddenly see these character actors that are just incredible actors, and then they get to play a larger role. And they're always just awesome. Awesome. Inspires me daily.
Any other questions over here? Okay, very good.
So I'm trying to recall the movie and its effects. If I recall correctly, most of the effects were practical effects. Are you aware of any CGI in the movie? Because if they had it, I think it was seamless, but I'm not a fan of CGI. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on the difference or preference for CGI versus practical effects, and whether Rob Zombie has expressed anything in that regard.
He's not as big a fan of CGI. He loves all practical effects. The makeup guys, Wayne Todd, who's done all his films, they put a lot of effort into actually, real blood gags and all sorts of stuff. He loves that. He loves it. But nowadays, just because of cost, you have to add blood here or there, and do it CGI just because it's too expensive. And we shot this thing in 21 days or some ridiculous short amount.
I'm sorry, Richard, you gonna say something? Okay. I've heard of actors who won't watch the movies that they've been in, and I'm wondering when editing's done and the movie's complete, do both of you ever watch your, movies or the TV shows or anything that you've been in?
I actually don't, but I stopped like watching as much as I could not watch, because it's, you can say you don't watch it, but you have to for, afterwards you sometimes have to do voice, you have to fix things for ADR and stuff, so you have to watch it a bit. But as much as I can, I don't watch anything I do anymore. I stopped like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't necessarily suggest everybody do that, or if anyone's like trying to be an actor or whatever, but I reached the point where it helped me to not do that. However, because I was so proud of this film and actually just had such an amazing experience, I knew for a fact I was going to watch this, and I've seen it like 4 times. I don't think I've seen anything I've been in that much. Yeah.
Me, around the holidays, I make my family watch all my commercials, everything.
This is my last question. For Jeff, in Lords of Salem, when you were working with Sherry Moon, the defining moment for me was when Sherry Moon told you bye. When it was like she knew this was it, she's going to hell, all this other stuff. Was that a tearjerker for you by chance?
Yeah, it's funny because he shoots in chronological order, or he tries to as much as he can. And you definitely, by the end of his shoots, and it tends to be his subject matter, everybody's wiped out, everybody's like sleep deprived, they're tired, I've gone through all these stunts, I'm limping. And even that one, we were working nights for so many days. And yeah, by the end of it, I was like choked up and she was tired. We were like this tight-knit family for a few weeks, and you start to believe a lot of what's happening a little, as an actor, or I tend to at least. Yeah, sure. At the end, it was a heartbreaker. I knew it was over. Couldn't do anything. Just like this. This is almost over.
Okay, I do have a question myself. What performance that you have done before working with Rob do you think influences decision to reach out to you? Because I know he's very personal.
It's what he said, but there was nothing he knew when he hired me, just an audition. But then he did flip out when he heard I was a Geico caveman. Jesus Christ, he just couldn't believe it. He just thought it was the funniest thing. He found that on set, but it was just like, he just, and at that time, it was just a different time, but I kind of kept that under wraps for years. And it was only recently that I was like, all right, it seems like people like this enough, I might as well talk about it, because there was another guy that was doing it that it seemed to be, if you go on the internet, everybody thought this guy did everything, and nobody really even knew I did any of it, and yet I did most of it. So it was a weird thing. It was just more of a Clark Kent thing. I would do it, and then I would just disappear and collect my checks. But when I saw his face, and there was one other time this happened, I was on the set of, I did this movie with Dwayne Johnson. And I'm in a car with him, and it was a heist movie, and I was with him for a week. Really nice guy, very, but kind of closed off and cordial. Well, I had brought some stuff, somebody else knew, the director, I brought some stuff for some charity event, and he goes, what's that? And I go, oh, well, I do this other thing. And then he goes, oh, what are you doing? He goes, you're the caveman. And he became like this little boy. Here's this guy, and for a week, he never, we barely said anything. And he got my number. He would call me when he see me in a football game. It was the craziest thing. You know, like some people, I guess it really hit a nerve or something. And I think also he must have watched a lot of sports and TV or something, but he just got such a kick out of it. Him and Billy Bob Thornton, of all people. Who knew, you know? I don't know.
I don't use my gun long enough. This is for Jeff. I am going to come by the table and buy a picture with you. I work for Geico, so I do got to tell everybody I met them.
Well, tell him to hire me, right?
Do you guys have any
Yell it, David.
Do you have any last words or thoughts that you want to give out before closing? Something about acting, something about your upcoming projects?
I was just going to say this is such a great experience because we're all coming for the right reason, and a lot of these things, more capitalism, and it's just such a great group, and it's such a chill. People come up, and, we like to talk and share stories, but it's just for the right cause. So we were really proud to do this.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So yes, it's a great thing to be a part of. So thank you all for letting us be here and for coming out yourselves.
Yeah, we're grateful for this whole experience and what we're doing it for. So thanks.
All right, everybody, give it up for it. Thank you very much, guys.